Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and I wanted to jump on and talk about these very intense energies. There is a lot of intense psychological and emotional purging going on as all of these timelines kind of collapse, converge, and kind of close out. And so I was in some very heavy clearing the last couple of days over here. And so I had my meeting, guys, with a beautiful soul sister, Brandy Dye. She actually reads human design charts. I also dabble in the human design aspects when I'm doing a reading and a chart pull for my clients. And so she brought me some valuable information. It was a beautiful experience. It was like an all-day session kind of thing. And so after that session with Brandy, I kind of had to go through like a physical purge almost, and the energy's been very heavy, very lethargic, very just very dense, right? Like molasses a little bit. And so I wanted to share. I'm doing a reading for the collective, honey. I wanted to share some of the messages that come through, and not everything is meant to be shared, but she really gave me a lot of clarity. It's like a shit show here today, guys. So we got extra kids here and all kinds of stuff, but I feel right now a lot of the masculines are going through like this huge realignment. The energy is very intense. There is a lot of emotional purging. We've got all of these cosmic energies kind of combining, working together, creating like what I want to call the perfect storm for this great awakening. And so right now I feel where a lot of the divine masculines are at is they're diving deep, deep, deep into the subconscious labyrinth of the mind is what I was kind of shown. And so there is a great degree of emotional pain and suffering coming up for the divine masculine when it comes to clearing these past life timelines. There's a lot of trauma coming up to be purged as the masculine is being asked to really be the observer and reflect on his outer circumstances and why he's allowed this emotional power struggle dynamic to play out for as long as he has in that karmic family structure, in particular with likely that one karmic woman. And so there's a lot of compulsive, destructive behaviors coming up with all of these deeply buried, repressed feelings that I feel have been exposed with the Mercury conjunct Pluto aspect that we're feeling this weekend. We also have Venus conjunct Neptune in the background. It won't be exact until the day after Valentine's Day, until the 15th. And so there's a lot of like disillusionment going on. I feel a lot of the karmics are also being disillusioned at this time because they're no longer able to control the divine masculine with all of these very difficult energy shifts taking place. And so there's a lot of intense emotions being triggered to the surface. There's a lot of reactions. I feel there's a lot of power struggling dynamics going on, and this is all based in some very deeply rooted emotional reactions. And so I do feel at a subconscious level, though, this is creating the perfect storm for healing, right? Especially with Mars forming a sextile to Chiron today. And so I feel there's been this recent sudden shift in perspective for many of the divine masculines as to how manipulated they have been with the guilt-tripping, jealousy, possessive, karmic woman that they've been connected with, and this karmic has been perpetrating themselves as the victim. And I do feel this weekend is bringing forward a lot of relationship crises in order to create the perfect storm, the perfect challenge, in order for the masculine to transform and evolve out of these old karmic timelines. And so I had another divine feminine confirm a lot of messages for me, well, the same divine feminine, Brandy. And so 1331 was channeled through her, and she shared that message with me, and I'm forever grateful. And so my path of destiny is 13. My divine counterpart's path of destiny is 31. And so that mirror, right? 1331 is the mirror. And so as the divine feminine goes through her transformation and evolution process, and the masculine is asleep during that time. When the feminine reaches that 0 point of polarity, this convergence, the sacred convergence kind of begins. And so while the feminine is going through her rebirth, my light is flicking like crazy. So spirit's like, pay attention, guys, pay attention. The masculine in the flip side is going through the 31 energy, which actually is representative of the 5 of Wands, numerologically speaking, and how it all attaches to the divine triangle and all of this power and wisdom that we're here to kind of bring forward. So there's a lot being brought out of the subconscious labyrinth mind into the masculine's conscious awareness. And I feel with the moon in Scorpio this weekend, it is the perfect storm when it comes to all of these dark areas of our human psyche, our human nature, especially when it comes to any bigotry, racism, fears, phobias, and any addictions or sexual shame is also what I feel coming through in the energy, sexual shame. And so it is this energy of deeply rooted secrets being unearthed, revealed, revelations, the book of Revelations. And so the masculine is having to confront this secret once and for all. He kept the feminine hidden on his heart. And I feel this has now been publicly exposed, leading to some type of embarrassing fallout, or it's like the masculine's been knocked off the high horse type energy, and this is bringing in a sudden perspective shift. And so, and I do feel, you know, because we have such a strong bond, but the karmic also has this emotional attachment, I feel. And so all of this is clouding judgment calls. And I do feel judgment has been called. Judgment has been, like the ball's been rolling, right? And so I feel the masculine has finally gotten off of his chest his love for the feminine, which has resulted in like an explosive argument or something. I do feel the masculine has finally confessed to the karmic that he is still in love with the divine feminine. And so I do feel this is creating that disillusionment with the Venus conjunct Neptune. And so all of these unhealed wounds, I feel, are being triggered to the surface. And we have to transmute these energies. And we do that by finding our motivation to take action, to speak honestly and openly in order for this healing to take place. And so I feel the masculine's taking on all kinds of challenges right now because he's not remained true to himself and what he truly needs and desires. And so I do feel the past is coming back to haunt him. All of these past challenges are asking the masculine to assert himself right now. And so he's going to have to overcome these past traumas is what I'm feeling, and find his spiritual strength to kind of use to use this energy as motivation. Because when we cross over that bridge and we bridge this gap, we're here to uplift and inspire others. And I do feel the clarion call has been sent out there. Like Gabriel has blown that horn of judgment. And so I feel the masculines are going to have this spontaneous, compelling drive to just take action, especially when it comes to their service-based mission and to clear these past wounds, because we're advancing our understanding of our spiritual path, what it means to overcome these physical limitations, obstacles, and challenges. And so it is from this very catalytic karmic experience that the masculine is going to have to seek ways to uplift himself, and then ultimately to teach others how to overcome these challenges that we've overcome. And so I wanted to just go deeper into these energies. So I did pull out, oh, I'm sorry guys, I've got a call keep coming through. And so I pulled out a book that I first began my journey with, and I want to go deeper into these energies. And so the 31 is representative of the 5 of Wands in the numerology, right? And so I did want to go deeper into the 31. So the feminine is the one that is here to rise like the phoenix. We are in this energy of the divine feminine rising, so we can balance these very unbalanced scales. And so where I feel the masculine is at is dealing with all kinds of competition, obstacles, maybe even possibly some legal dealings at this time, settlements. And so right now the masculine is learning to adjust, and the energy I feel is reaching its peak right now this weekend. And so we need to remember though, like, I feel like quarrelsome energies. I feel the masculine is deep within isolation, lonely, the Five of Cups almost, going through this dissension with these people, right? Because they cannot come with him. And so right now the masculine is having to face all of these misplaced values. And there may be legal matters that need the divine masculine's attention. And I feel the dissipation of his precious energy is like bottoming out, right? Because he's dissipated all of his energy. He's really speculated about making these changes for the better for a very long time. And so what I do feel is this is an opportunity to embrace these changes for a better tomorrow, right? But there's likely some type of legal contract or legal agreement that needs to be dealt with, whether it's a lease or, you know, the sale of a home or something of those sorts. And so I do feel a lot of the masculine's pride is being shattered, because I do feel the karmic's been very extravagant, wanting to be spoiled in lavish things and stuff like this. And I do feel it has really hindered the masculine's financial stability at this time. And so I do feel he's in this very low vibration at this time. And so when we think of fives are all about struggles, imbalances, and this is manifested externally. And so I feel the masculine's in the biggest battle of his life right now, really at war with himself, at spiritual warfare out there. And so there's this deep mental restlessness, and this desirability to learn the lesson so he can return to the feminine. And so 31, the vibration of 31, the astrological correspondence is linked to the first deacon, Leo. So that is also very prideful, right? It also indicates spiritual strength and spiritual will to find the determination to exert himself properly, to go after what it is that he believes is right, and to right these past wrongs. I feel right now he's dealing with some type of theatrical drama queen, creating all kinds of discord in and around him, which really has hindered his vitality. But I feel a lot of forceful memories with the Pluto aspects going on. And so this journey really is like a blessing and a curse, right? And so some other things I wanted to mention, a lot of the divine feminines I feel are needing to rest, rejuvenate, and recharge. Cleanse your energy. Salt baths will help, because I feel we're in the final stage of this bridging energy. And so we need to ground, right? As a lot of the feminines go into these higher dimensions, and then we have to come back down and feel that separation. And so I feel there's a lot being illuminated at this time, a lot of transparency when it comes to dishonest, deceitful people that we've been connected with on both ends, more so for the masculine, because I feel we're at this moment of like divine revelation is what I'm feeling, and getting to the root of this, of the seed point of separation, the original split. And it is this time of deep remembrance, I feel, especially when it comes to the sisterhood of the rose and the brotherhood that is here to be that protector, right? And so I do feel right now there's a lot of energy being funneled down with light codes, and I feel the masculine is being shown the way when it comes to honoring his fellowship with men, with the divine feminine, and with humanity. And so I feel there's still this fear, though, surrounding intimacy. So let's jump in with the cards. I know you can hear my peanut playing in the background. It's the weekend. But I think we're going to start off with the tea leaf deck. And we got Kitty making an appearance. She's been all over me lately. And so, okay, first card out today, we get the bull, Taurus energy. And so it's interesting. I know my divine counterparts, Karmic flame, she is a Taurus North Node, and so very fixed energy, right? Bull energy. I feel the masculine is being asked to not back down from opposition. I feel he's pissed the karmic off and the horns are out and the bull's kind of ready to rage. Kitty's like, I'm just going to steal the show here. 777 has been a big number, really sticking out. We're going to take all of those, they said. And so there's that muddled, unclear thinking. There's that Venus conjunct Neptune, and we got the Mercury, Pluto aspects. And I do feel this is creating a huge misunderstanding in the karmic contract. So we get the marriage card, the good fortune, the pineapple. And so there is a huge argument because I do feel the karmic is well aware of the higher union and the reconciliation. Yes, Peanut? Yeah. And the reconciliation. So the masculine is I feel, clearing the way. It's quite possible too. I know a lot of the twins do have the dragon's head and tail. And so that Taurus energy too in the housing side can really, you know, create a lot of tension. Here, monkey. No, 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 no. There you go. Here's your lid. There you go. Thank you. And then we get the good fortune. And so the blessings always do come after the storm, right? The perfect storm. And so I feel big changes. There's that moon energy. The moon is in Scorpio all weekend. And so I feel the masculine's on a journey right now. He's on a journey into the underworld, into the depths of the labyrinth of the subconscious mind. And success is here. Like, this is the moment. This is the moment. This is what I feel we've been in preparation for all of this time. And look at that bottom of the deck, a wish is granted. But the masculine is dealing with a very stubborn, aggressive person. And I feel he's going to have to not back down from opposition and find his spiritual strength. We also get the boot energy with the lion. Yeah, and so there's that two-faced friend. I always feel Gemini energy. It doesn't have to be. But the energy is very aggressive. I feel there's a lot being exposed when it comes to talking behind people's backs, backstabbing. 10 of Swords is what they want me to mention. And so there's been some type of betrayal in the masculine's life. And he knows it's time to act with the lion. There's that Leo energy, right? And the boot. He needs to give the boot to that karmic. And he's going to have to increase his efforts and come towards the feminine if he wants to achieve his goals. He knows it's time to act. He's well aware he's dealing with somebody that he cannot trust. And I feel the passion towards the feminine is growing with the tulip in the crib. And I feel this is the moment of time where we birth the conceptualization of these divine counterpart unions. We're here to go into business together, run an enterprise. We are here to follow the pathway of money. We are here to manifest unlimited abundance for the collective, for this mission. And so the path is there waiting for the masculine to take that step into, with the boot, take that step into an experience. Because victory is to be had, and I feel the feminine is coming into reward and recognition at this time. Like, so there we are for yourself. Finances and career. And so I do feel financial issues are a factor. I feel they've been a hindrance for the masculine. The 5 of Pentacles, I feel that's where the masculine is at. He's at the 5s. And the 777, I think of all the 7s in the deck. 5s are about struggle, challenges, right? We're at the midway point. We got to go and decide to choose the journey to balance and harmony. And then we go to the 7s. And so 7s are 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands. Oh my gosh. 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles. So the 7 of Swords is deception is being revealed. 7 of Cups is disillusionment, confusion. 7 of Wands is on the defense, having to defend yourself. A lot of people aggressively attacking. And then 7 of Coins is like, hey, you're stuck. Where are you going to plant those seeds? We can't keep watering these dead trees. And so I feel this freeing. It's kind of like the 8 of Swords in reversed. And there's, you know, I feel the feminine's been waiting for the masculine to break himself free. So let's get some romance, angels. The soulmate, yeah. So I feel this deep recognition, soul recognition of the feminine being his soulmate. And the awareness of the past lives that you have known each other in before and the different timelines. And I feel the Akashic records have been kind of released. And I do feel children have likely been a factor holding the masculine back. I feel maybe the karmics use children against the masculine, but there is this power struggle because they are not on the same spiritual path, and the masculine is being asked to free himself. And so I do feel, you know, divine timing really is working in our favor right now with all of these cosmic energies kind of intensifying. So we're going to dig into the masculine's energy. The Eight of Swords reversed. The Hanged Man, so Pisces energy. I do feel a huge confession, likely coming around that Pisces new moon on the 20th. Breaking free. That's interesting. And my throat is very irritated. So breaking free from an entrapped situation where he felt like he couldn't walk away from it. And there's that sudden perspective shift. So let's see what's going on with the divine masculine and the energies this weekend. So you're likely feeling this energy in your chakra pathway connected to your masculine, depending on the emotions that are coming up in the memories, purging. It is like this converging, synthesizing energy taking place. I don't know what the girls are doing upstairs. What the heck are they doing? All right, we're going to get the divine masculine's current energy. We get the Eight of Pentacles reversed, the Fool reversed, the Ace of Pentacles behind him, the Four of Cups reversed, the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Cups. Ahead of him, we get the Eight of Wands, the Four of Swords reversed, the Two of Wands reversed, his emotions. We get the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Strength reversed. Overall energy, we get the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles reversed. And that's kind of where they're at, right? It's dark. The sun isn't upright, so very dark energies. I feel very heavy energies, and that's what's bringing in this perspective shift about the divine feminine with the Empress, Taurus, Libra, Leo, Pisces. And so it's interesting. This is where I set these three cards at. So it is this remembrance of the past life relationships, I feel, and there's a lot of grief, regret, guilt, and shame. I also feel the birthing of these unions with the Empress coming out. And so I also feel the masculine is feeling hopeless, almost like he didn't understand the connection. But I feel also knowing that it's time to move on from this very toxic, codependent trauma bond, something that he's been chained to. Maybe with a Capricorn, it doesn't have to be, but that Capricorn energy represents the father, how he's not been living up to his emperor duties, his fatherly duties. He's not been a true leader, and something is definitely being alchemized, and there is that disconnection from that trauma bond. And so the masculine's current situation, he very well could have recently lost a job or struggling with work issues, what to put the work into. But I just feeling very foolish for not taking this gift from the universe with the feminine. And I feel there is an opportunity to plant those seeds again, but releasing that situation where they've just been watering that dead tree. And so in the recent past, I do feel there's been an explosive conversation about the missed opportunity with the feminine and how he wants to return to her. And I do feel a walking away of that very dissatisfying situation. It was lacking emotional fulfillment and going towards the spiritual path. And so near future, I do feel within the next 8 days to 8 weeks, the masculine will be passionately coming in with a lot of communication. And I do feel like you're not going to see this coming with the Two of Wands in reverse. But his intentions are to come in for victory and success after a period of healing, sitting in some truth that has been denied for a very long time. And so definitely that heart activation, that heavy heart, not feeling strong enough. And there's that convergence, right? The union, the Holy Trinity union. And so the lowest of the lows, the depths of the heartbreak, of the separation, of the pain, of these past timelines is really bringing the masculine to that rock bottom. But this is the sacred convergence taking place. And the overall energy is the release of the denial of the divine feminine is what I see here. No more lying about what this connection is. Seeing the feminine clearly is what I'm seeing there. So, wow. And moving on from that very toxic situation. So let's see where the feminine is at in comparison. I'm almost done, baby. Almost done. Let's take a look at the divine feminine's energy in comparison to this, because I know I've been feeling this very heavy collective purge going on, and I've kind of been purging along with you all. So I'm curious to see what needs to come through in the energies for the divine feminine. So currently we get the Four of Cups in reverse for the feminine, the Knight of Cups in reversed, and the Chariot reversed. So I feel this is the energy of the feminine completely detaching from any hopes of the masculine returning with an apology, which I feel has triggered this emotional release. No longer hoping for things to move forward is in this place of it is what it is. What's behind the feminine? The Knight of Pentacles reversed, the King of Pentacles reversed, the Knight of Swords reversed. Putting the past to bed. What's behind the feminine? We're putting behind the fact that there's been this blocked communication. There's been this ghosting, this up and disappearing, you know, putting the past to bed when it comes to the masculine, choosing materialism over the feminine, not choosing to put in the hard work to invest in this. So putting the past to bed, right? Putting the past behind us, because the past isn't coming back. The masculine will be coming back completely transformed. And so in the future, we get the Emperor reversed, the King of Wands, and the Lovers reversed. So, oh, and then look at that. I feel we will be receiving communication of this ego death, of the ending. My nose is really itchy, so that's like spirits right on me. Aries, Gemini energy, and coming as this visionary leader is what I'm feeling. You might be feeling your masculine going through this, or preparing to take action, because he's looking back at the past, all of these past mistakes is what I'm feeling. And so below the surface for the feminine, releasing confusion, right? No longer confused. Clarity, no longer confused, and trusting in your intuition. I feel releasing any hopes, fears, or anything about a return, releasing any lingering pain of the ending as well. And so overall outcome for the feminine, we get the Eight of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Nine of Swords reversed. So I feel releasing the thought process of I just feel like the feminine's looking ahead and nothing is, like, putting everything behind. But I feel we've got to get out of the looping, of the wondering, and the surrender. So I feel the feminine's overall energy is you're really being asked to step into your fire, to step into your flame. I do feel this has been a long-awaited comeback. I do want to clarify the Eight of Swords a little bit deeper, though. Yeah, so look at that. See, a huge lesson in self-worth. I also feel releasing any fear about the karmic. There's been exposure there. So get out of your head and trust. Trust that everything is kind of unfolding, and that moon's coming in, and there's no more illusions. It's like the shattering of illusions, a lot of disillusionment. So you too might be sifting through some past life memories, but something is definitely being alchemized. Temperance, Sag, and these past injustices are being made right. Huge clearing. So I feel the feminine really is sitting in this energy too of feeling the masculine, having to transmute this bad judgment call, preparing for this rebirth is kind of what I'm feeling. So let's get a couple last oracle messages. Collective energies are huge right now, so you're really going to want to make sure you're clearing your space, protecting your space. Let's get some closing messages with the Twin Flame Oracle deck for the Twin Flames. I love it. disillusionment for sure. So that's what is creating all of this energy, is these transits. And so a lot of energy clearing at this time when it comes to any inner child, unresolved childhood wounds and issues. And so these transits are asking us to learn a little bit more about astrology. You might be drawn to astrology, or to understand your chart or your counterpart's chart, to dig a little bit deeper, because the energies really are supporting a lot of esoteric study at this time, learning and study, gathering information, supporting this movement forward. And then we get the disillusionment. So this is where the veil kind of gets lifted, and we realize that there's so much more to this 3D physical existence that we're living in this reality, and there's all these other higher realities. And then we get the uplifting path. And so divine feminine, your inner work is paying off at this point in time. And then we get the I love you. And so the divine masculine, I feel, is in the telepathic connection, the convergence, the union in the higher realms, trying to reach you telepathically. So pay attention to the signs and the syncs and any messages you're receiving, downloads with songs. I know my ears have been ringing like crazy lately, but the masculine is in this very conflicting, power struggling dynamic, and this is all stemming from these karmic past timelines right now. And so I feel the feminine just needs to embrace grounding, and maybe getting some more information about some astrological aspects. But right now we're kind of learning to transmute all of these outside sources, these collective energies. And when we can master the transmutation of these lower energies, then we can step into unconditional love, because there is eternal love between the twins no matter what. And that's kind of what I got, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, I encourage you to check out the description box below. If you found this helpful, let me know in a comment down below. Hit the like button, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.